What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool live stream / video back in Planet Coaster and the one, the only Sword Art City recreation. Here we are, and we've got a great episode for you because I'm going to be attempting. Since the last episode, I actually changed out the textures, and now we got the tarmac texture. From now on, we're going to be doing this, and we're going to be doing. We're going to be working on actually doing the pathways last. So for at least at the moment, that's how we're going to be doing it for now until we do something different. So in the meantime, that's how it's going to roll. And we're just going to be using painting as the pathways until we get it fully done. Like, you can see how uneven this. I can actually go in. Now that I can notice it, I can go in and literally adjust it to my liking. So until I get it exactly where I want it before we actually put the real pathing in there. So that's going to be nice for that kind of aspect. And that will be nice for if we do have to shift the park a little bit again. Hopefully we don't. It's looking very close, and depending on what angle I take Hill Street on, but with that being said, we're going to be testing stuff for Powder Keg, and I figured now would be later, best late than never, and I had a couple of different ideas, because this is the type of track I want right here, track-wise for Powder Keg, because it actually has this kind of track. There's the normal track. Because this looks a lot like Powder Keg's track right here. I don't know how the supports look. Are they just going to be regular supports? Yeah, so this is pretty decent. This is like the track, kind of the track type that I want for Powder Keg. The only thing is we do have a couple things here. So we have trim brakes, linear synchronous motor. It does have the linear synchronous motor, so we can at least create a launch out of this. So target speed, say like 64 miles an hour. It's got really good acceleration too, and you can make these angled as well. So I might just be able to use this track alone. The only thing is what exactly. What kind of trains can we use? These aren't actually too bad themselves, and they're actually correct at similar to Powder Keg. Actually, they're not exact, obviously, but they actually have 3 per car, which actually could work for Powder Keg. I believe it's 3 per car, if I'm correct. I can't actually remember. I should know that. Yeah, it is 3. It's 3 per car, 3 rows per car, because it's 4 cars of, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Maybe not. I think the front car only has 2, and then the last have the 3 rows, possibly. I'm not entirely sure, but we might actually go with that. What is the name of it? Because I think that would actually be the best thing for this. There's the RMC trains. There's actually quite a few on here, more than I thought there would be. Even the Gold Fever's on here. That's insane. So this one has a nice general. Has quite a few options for this. We're gonna keep it on power up for now. And this is gonna be a long, tedious process. I don't know if we can go more than 2 cars on this one. Or on one, so we're gonna extend the station here and see exactly how many will allow us. Oh, it's got the limit of 2, so we can't actually use these trains because they are not long enough. So we're gonna have to use something else. So this is the power up. We don't want to use Zenith. Torque might be an idea, but I want to get something as close as possible. Invincible, don't really want to use that one. Definitely not that one. And it goes the stand up brightest. Basilisk. I don't actually know what would be the best. Maybe Anubis? This one's not too terribly far off if we get it correct. This might actually be the best option. The lap bars are inaccurate, obviously, but we don't really have much an option here, unless I get a different like track type or something, you know, and just layer it over. But we're gonna try and see if we can't create Powder Keg's layout with this. And I kind of want to maybe use the lift. The only thing is, there's no coaster that is able to have a launch and a lift hill. And I'm also gonna have to make a custom catwalk for the lift hill as well. So what we're gonna have to do is make the lift hill a launch and just make the launch very slow so it goes up it at a decent rate. So that is our only option. There's that track, and then it looks like it has this track as well. It's kind of weird. So that's kind of interesting. So if you all know, which I'm sure you do, there is a transfer track for this ride that goes from... that starts down here, it goes on to a track right out here, and then it lifts it up to the launch section, which is interesting. Thanks so much for the bit, Matt, to get things started off. I appreciate it, of course. And you're going to start off with the bits again. I see. Let's see. Okay, we're going to make load side on this side. Like we need to. Oh my gosh, overwhelmed with the overwhelming bits. And here they come again. Why do you do it just one at a time? What's up with that, man? Okay, so I'm going to start off with the launch. Let's go ahead and change the color scheme so I'm not confused here. We don't want to confuse people. Everything is white except for the supports, which are kind of this orangish color, which we'll get more better color of that later. But okay, Matt. You just want to do it. Why don't you just do all your cheer all at once? What's with the ones? You know what I'm saying, man? Okay, we're gonna start off with something that this ride doesn't have apparently, and that's block sections. Why? Friction brakes. That's friction brakes. It doesn't have block. What coaster does have block section? I know this is the weird one that has, you know, the one thing, but I'm not sure. Okay, for once, I'm actually gonna turn off the alert box, just because. Okay. But I can still hear it. What? Still hear the alert box. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Alright, I don't see why we can't. They should have just added block brakes on this thing. You know what I'm saying? I can't. Okay, I wanted to see if I could do it on this, but I might have to layer tracks. As much as I don't want to. That was my other idea, is to actually layer tracks for this ride. What is the free swing? Because it's also... It also has a nice track type that I like, but I know this isn't going to have anything. But it does have the block sections. There's a full throttle track like powder kegs. No, not... Like, I want the track type like this. But I might possibly be able to layer it. That might actually be a good one to use, as the torque. Because I want this track type. It might be able to fit together just enough to work. And this is the tough part here, is actually lining the track pieces up perfect. Okay, I'm gonna just turn the alert box on anyways, but just since the sound's still gonna go off for like ages. Okay. They have two different... Oh yeah, it has the thick spine and then the not thick spline. You can see what theirs does. See, it's just a little bit too much. And I don't want that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna move. Why would you go diagonal? See, it's not even straightened out properly. See, if I was to over-layer it, it'd make it look like that, and I don't want it to look like that. I want it with all the extra, without all the extra cross ties. You know what I'm saying? I thought that would work properly, but we need something that could go inside there. I could go without block sections, but then I can run multiple trains. And I want to be able to run... Again, this is going to be a very experimental episode, so kind of bear with me, guys. This is going to be one of the toughest rides to try and recreate. To be able to get properly in there, you know. It's just difficult. I don't know if B&M track would be too much. Yeah, it would. I need something with, like... It's hard to overlayer these. I'm still up for Realm Royal. I don't know, like, I got busy today because I was cleaning my office all day. It was just kind of a busy day, actually. Busier than I thought it would be. Okay, we're gonna try it with just this, see how it works. This station's not gonna remain here, so we're just gonna keep that there. I'm gonna put some drive tires to start this on. Then we're gonna start with the linear synchronous motor. And this is just a prototype. I probably won't be the final product here. So we're gonna keep that in mind. If you know powder keg, it doesn't go super high. Too super tall. Make the station super long. I can't do that because then I would have too much of a station than what it actually is. Because the station's not that long in real life, and it just kind of ruins it. But man, that actually looks really good track-wise. Like, I like the look of that. The color scheme's looking really good too. I will say Powder Keg does have some decent airtime on it, especially after the first couple of hills on it. So our target speed, do right now, we might have to change it later on, but oh, I just want the launch. And it's got some good, really good acceleration on it. And then we have the twist and turn here. I'm not going to do too much heartline because it probably doesn't actually heartline that much. Maybe just build the station and disguise the longer section. It's going to be hard to do though because the station, I don't know. Because then it goes up into this and does this big swooshing turn as it goes down. Of course, with some tender love and smoothing. This will be nice. I think the launch actually only goes like 53 miles an hour. So, and then it reaches its top speed at the bottom of the first drop spot right here. And then with the lift hill, we can just use another launch section and just make it real slow so it looks like a lift as best as we can. Can't guarantee you how nice that will look, but... And this is probably the coaster that uses the least amount of terrain. It still uses the terrain pretty well, but... It's not flat land that it sits on, but it's a lot flatter than what most coasters at SDC are, so. I'd love to have that one section where it still uses the buzzsaw fall track and still make that track look like that old style track. That'd be kind of cool. And again, we're probably going to have to end up redoing all this, because this is just a test. Because I do have an idea of the transfer track of how it's going to work, and it's going to be really weird. Just like the ride itself is really weird, but it's going to be really weird. Alright, we're going to use some Google Maps here to kind of help us out a little bit more with the layout. I know the layout pretty well, but... we need to get some stats going. Thanks for the 8 bits. Okay, Silver Dollar City. I know 8 bits isn't much, but every bit counts. Of course. Alright, so this layout just kind of goes back and forth. It pretty much will go down here, and then it comes up and does another, like, turn. It does a right turn, and then it goes and does this, like, twist and turn afterwards. I'll get a POV as well to kind of help me out at the same time. POVs are pretty helpful. But this track looks great for this ride because it actually... Alright, let me see what the drop turn looks a little bit. That's actually pretty accurate. Okay, it has a little bit of an Airtime Hill next. Almost forgot about that Airtime Hill. This is actually one of the bigger coasters that I ride less of at Silver City. So I don't ride Powder Keg as much as the other ones. When you get like the families out there and everything, this is like one of their favorite coasters at Silver City. I think it's good, but I don't think it's the best coaster at Silver City. A lot of people love it though. Like a lot of the GP love Powder Keg because they think it's so fast, the launch is so cool, and it's like the fastest roller coaster ever since it just shoots you out. Everyone thinks it's like the fastest ride in the park too, just because of the acceleration it has on the first launch. It's got a decent launch, like it's got a really good launch to it. I will give it that for sure. Alright, this turn actually is a pretty big, sharp turn too. Like, it actually nearly throws you upside down, but not too much. It's a pretty nice big overbanked turn. Like, it's beyond a 90-degree angle, for sure. Or just right at 90 or so. I'm pretty sure it's over 90. So I'm going to go just slightly over 90. So when you smooth it anyways, it's probably going to change it a little bit. Alright, and it's going to come back this way and do a twist and turny section. Right around over there. Proportions are always difficult in recreations, I've noticed. I mean, Powder Keg's got a pretty simple layout. It's not like a super hard layout to make. It's pretty much just a couple turns and airtime hills. So it's fairly a simple layout. Alright, let's smooth this turn out quite a bit because it needs it. Alright, if I miss a lot of comments, I apologize. Just put the other track over the actual track. I've thought about that, but I don't know. Are the coasters actually this close together? Oh no, I'm just like getting the layouts kind of so I can get an idea of how big they're gonna take up footprint wise. Outlaw Run, Wildfire, and Powder Keg are relatively close though. They're not this close together, but they're relatively close. Is Outlaw Run faster than Wildfire? Only by 2 miles an hour. Shaping seems to be on point today, thanks. I think having the graphics this high affects your building skills? I don't know. The graphics are pretty high up. And my skills have been improving over the years anyways, so. Oops. I'm gonna raise this section up just a little bit. I think I spread this out a little bit too much. I think I made this Airtime Hill just a little bit too long. I'm gonna say I probably did. Because this does the twist and turn, and then it does this. Well, yeah. Because then the turn comes all the way around this part, and then the lift hill's on this side. And then it does the drop, helix, right over. I'll keep going from here and see where we end up, though. So maybe I can draw this out pretty long. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do. I met Jim Reed Anderson at Six Flags America today. I bet that was awesome. Okay, I'm gonna shorten up this Airtime Hill a little bit more. I hate to delete all these pieces, but to make it shorter, we just need it to, because it's a little steeper going up and not as steep going down on it. And it's good airtime on this hill too, so I'm gonna say it's not too tall either. Alright, we're gonna smooth this out, get that shaping up, because that is a horrendous looking shape at the moment. It's easy to smooth out straight pieces of track. Thanks so much for another 10 bits. Can we get to the, it'd be awesome if we can get 2 nights in a row, hit the stream bit goal. That would be absolutely amazing if we could do that. But again, Matt, I'm not trying to be mean in any way, but can we not do 1 bits at a time? I know you mean well. I know you mean well a lot, but let's limit that a little bit, all right? Because you've done a heck of a lot of supporting of the channel the last couple nights, and I do appreciate it, man. I really do. But, come on. Okay, I'll do them all at once. Thank you, man. Again, I appreciate the support, you know. I don't want there to be a lot of conflict between everyone, because you've done a lot of support throughout the channel, for the channel, you know. Okay. Oh, I'm already over 100. Alright, so we made it a little bit smaller. I think a smaller footprint will actually help either, or better anyways. But thanks, Matt, for understanding. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, I do appreciate the bits, but let's try and do them all at once. Otherwise, might have to change it to where you have to at least cheer at 10 or more or something like that, because you can set it to a requirement. Again, I absolutely appreciate the support for sure. I mean, I've thought about doing that. That way, you know, I mean, I appreciate every single bit. The only thing is some people only get like 2 bits at a time. So that's kind of a reason why I've kept it the way it is. But I don't know. There's pros and cons to it. You know, I don't want it to where people can't cheer on the channel. Like every bit counts, of course. Thanks and I'll stop. Sorry for being annoying. Thank you. It doesn't bother me as much because I know it's nice support, but it was getting a little annoying for some people, so thank you for understanding, Matt. I appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, this will be a lot better now. Making it a little shorter. Footprint-wise, it'll take up a little bit. I just want everyone to get along. I want everyone to be happy. And just enjoy the stream, you know? I don't want anyone being mad at each other at the chat and stuff, so... That's the only reason why I said stop, or main reason why I said stop. Alright, this is one of my favorite parts of the ride. It does this, like, twist down. This really cool twist into this turn. It's really fun. And then it has this long turnaround. Okay, where am I at in the ride? And then this is where it does actually the transition into the old Buzzsaw Falls track, where you can see where it recycled the Buzzsaw Falls track. Let me watch the POV, make sure I get this all correct. Okay, so it kind of goes into a turn. It goes down. So what it does is it kind of does this down, and then it kind of like about to go straight, like it straightens out a little bit. Not completely, but mostly. And then it kind of does a little bit more of a wave turn, a little bit. Not like a... I don't know how to describe it. It's not really a wave turn, but... So this is a nice... I love this sharp little left-hand turn it does, though. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, it has a very simple layout to it, though. You know what I mean? What you could do for the lift hill is you could make a launch section. That was my plans, and just do a slow launch section. I know technically be counted as a launch, but it's about all we can really do at this point at the moment. With this coaster already giving me hard decisions on how to build it, you know, it's definitely the biggest challenge. So again, I could completely be changing this over again in the future. I'm actually I really like the look of the ride, though. Like, I really want to try and get it to where I have to use this track. I want to use this track type because it has that nice SNS track that looks very good. Like, it looks exactly like SNS track. You know, and this one has a launch and everything. The only thing it's missing is blocks brakes. And, you know, I can get by without the again, I can get by without. Oh, Mason, thanks so much for the 102 bits. Thanks for this great track shaping. Thank you. I will say it actually is shaping pretty well. I would have to agree on that one. Man, thank you. Okay, so now we're gonna do a quick turn. My shaping's better. Oh, is it? Is that a challenge, Fluffy? Is that a challenge? Okay, so it does this turn. So it does do this nice high-speed turn. And then this is where you see the transition into the old Buzzsaw Falls track. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to really lay this out long pieces. Because it's gonna have to go all the way under this and actually turn all the way around this. Which is a long piece to do. Yeah, my proportions are off just a little bit, but we're gonna have to deal with it. I'm just gonna make it long. As much as I would love to try and get the old style track in there, that's one thing I wish you could do is like invisible track. I would love to eventually see something like invisible track into the game. Alright, let's see if this shapes out the way I want it. It's a little rough, so. Oh my gosh! Thanks, Matt, for the 200 bits. Thanks for the support. Thank you for doing it all at once at this time. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hope this isn't annoying. No, that is not annoying. Doing them all at once is definitely not annoying. It's a night, and it's more of a shock when you see that larger amount pop up too. When it's the ones over and over, it's hard to tell how much you actually did. Okay, so that's actually shaping up quite nicely. I like the look of the SNS track. It's a very generic coaster track, but it looks great. Invisible tracks, drop sections, and shuttle modes and coasters are all things I want. Yes, me too. Invisible track would help me so much with this ride. Like, no joke. Hey, Wolf, thanks for the 5 bits. I know it's not much, but it helps. We're slowly but surely getting that stream big goal up there. I appreciate it. Right now, I think we're at 360 total bits. I think it's 360. You guys rock. Really want drop tracks so bad. Yes. We all want to drop tracks. Hey, Coaster Boy, thanks so much for another 10 bits. Sounds like the Bitpocalypse isn't going on right now. Seeing a lot of cheers tonight from multiple people, which is nice. This turn seems like it's going to be way too long. I don't know. Because it's supposed to... Holy crap. It's supposed to go around this entire thing right here. And then hit the lift hill right there. That's insane. See, I feel like the ride's bigger than what it would be in real life. Make you slightly go down, like in the slightest, so it's picking up speed. I guess I'll just have to do this really wide track. And we'll shape it up, hopefully, to look good. I want to get an option for annual operating seasons and have it be realistic hours. I see what you mean there, yeah. Alright, now we're going to start to go up a little bit. And then we're about to hit some brakes here. Because we'll be hitting the lift hill. it's interesting. It hits like a brake run that is going upward. That's angled. So the brakes are actually like angled upwards. If I remember correctly. It is a pretty long turn. But yeah, it hits a angled brake. And then the launch, or not launch, the lift hill actually has this angle, and then it goes into a steeper angle. So then we'll switch to launch. Target speed, 20 miles an hour. Hopefully it will go slower than 20 miles an hour. That's my hopes. And another thing, it won't let me, it actually won't let me do catwalks on this either, so I'm gonna have to make my own custom catwalks, which is interesting as well. This is already pretty out of proportion because the lift hill should be right, actually, like right here. And should be going around this on the drop. Everything out here is just so long. And this needs to be a little bit closer to the track, or to this turn. It almost gets to the point where it actually goes underneath its supports, I saw. Alright, that will work a little bit better. I'm going to drag it out as long as I can so we can really end up where we want to be. Okay, friction brakes. What angle am I at? 13 degrees. Launch section and lift hill, about 30 degrees. That seems like a really high starting point. I'm too high right there. Way too high. And you will be at 0. I could use trim brakes, too, I suppose. Oh my gosh, thanks for Masons for the 500 bits! Heck yeah! We might be hitting our stream big goal once again in this stream. Thank you so much. You rock. Alright, I'm gonna make the lift hill just slightly a little bit less. And I think the lift hill is just a little bit taller. It is a little bit taller than the first hill. Not by a whole lot, though. It's literally like 10-20 feet if at max. And I hope the lift hill's not too fast. Like, I hope I can adjust it to where it's really slow and it goes up this... Since it's angled, maybe it'll go up a little slow. That's my hopes. Then it has a little pre-drop as it goes into a turn here. Hey, well, thanks so much for another 5 bits. I appreciate it, man. It, like, doesn't bank at all when you're doing this. Oh, another 5 bits. Thank you. And then another 10 from Coaster Boy. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. yeah, this is going to be a little bit of an issue here. Maybe if I do a slightly different angle here. I know I'm a lot of trial and error. Holy crap, Matthew, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Hope this helps. Yes, of course it does. Dang. Thank you so much. Dropping the 1,000 bits. Yes, we're having a bit war here, Jess. You want to get in on it? A little bit of a bit war. And you know what that means. Since we hit our targets already, we're going to have to raise up the stakes. You guys have already earned a POV if we get this done. Oh gosh, what am I doing? I need Streamlabs. That's what we need. 1,000 bits from Matthew. Okay, where are we at? We're at 1895, so we're almost to 2,000 bits already. So I'm just gonna make the next one. All right, 1895. 1895, and then we can make the new goal 3,000. That's a good place to go because 6/30/2018. All right, new stream bit goal. I've raised the stakes a little bit now. And there's 5 from Wolf, keeping us going. Let's just say I have a lot of money in my bank account. I don't care spending around $20 on helping the channel. Aw, thanks so much. Joe, do you like melons? I don't actually know, really. I like watermelon, if that counts. Alright, I'm gonna give it a slightly... So the idea here is we're gonna give it a little bit of a different angle. Angle it a little bit more this way. Alright, give me some trim brakes a little bit here. No, not yet. Actually, not yet. Alright, we're gonna go right here. Trim brakes at about 12-degree angle or so. Am I not straightened up here? Why can't I do the launch section now? What did I do wrong? Oh, I am at a different angle here. Oh my gosh, 200 more from Matthew. Thank you so much. 200 more bits. I was inspired by Hydro T's acts of kindness. Yes, he doesn't do Twitch anymore though. Unfortunately. He said he was gone. He said he's supported enough. He's done his time. And that he's not gonna do Twitch anymore. Which was kind of interesting, I thought, so. You know, and I appreciate everything he did for the channel. Support-wise, helping me get the new computer and everything. It's really the FBI. Yes, totally. The FBI. It's always the FBI. Alright, I want to do a short section and then we can get to our angle of ascent. And guess who's here? Hewitt, the FBI. Alright, sorry about taking so long on this stinking lift hill. I would say, where's the crest of the lift hill? It's pretty close. At least anyways. Chev wants that money. I just want the support for the channel. Like I said, my eventual dream is to do this for a living and give you guys content every single day. And travel around a little bit and vlog at, you know, parks and stuff, do meetups with you guys and stuff like that. That's what I want to do. Alright, we're gonna have to make this kind of an awkward turn. It's not that wide in real life, but we're gonna make it happen because, you know, we're a little bit off here. And look at those supports being non-existent. And it's got this nice, you know, mediocre drop. That then goes into this, like, helix, which is actually a really forceful helix, by the way. Because it's low to the ground and you're just coming off this pretty decently sized drop, and you're going into this relatively tight helix, you know. And then you're hitting the brake run. Oh yeah, we did get milkshakes last night. What trains will you run on this coaster? I'm still kind of debating that. I think I might use the Anubis trains, possibly. I mean, they're pretty decently close. Unfortunately, I don't have the trains that I need. So the transfer would go right there. And again, this is a prototype layout, as I would call it, because I actually will probably change it most likely. Maybe even redo the layout completely at some point. This project is a project that I would say was so massive and everything. I knew it was going to be massive when I started. I knew it was going to take years to finish, because we're already on like the second year of this park, of working on this recreation, and I really want to work on it more and more. It's got a pretty long brake run here, so I think I'm just gonna go down a little bit. Then it's transfer tracks right here. So I'm gonna put a couple of things here. So yeah, I wish we could have multiple stations too. That could help a little bit too. Trains off. Cheer 900. Hey, I appreciate the attempt for the try of 900. We need, I don't know exactly how many, because our big goal is 3,000 now, and I think we're over 2,000 at the moment. But I can't be completely certain. Ooh. You know what? I need to redo this a little bit before we get too far. I'll try and keep most of it, see if I can keep most of it, because it actually goes into the hill first. So it goes up first here. So it goes up and then twists around. Oh, Matt, thanks for another 300 bits. Thank you. Wow. You guys are legends. Thanks for the 5 bits, Wolf. You're a legend as well. Don't worry. I mean, look at you guys go with all the bits. Whew. Am I still annoying? No. Now that you're with the since you're doing the everything with one, it actually is a lot more surprising when you see those larger numbers pop up. Just so you know. Alright, we'll try and do this now. Oh, 100 bits from Coaster Boy, thank you! Wow. Totally unexpected tonight. That stream big goal, we're already on to 3,000. We didn't even hit 3,000 last night. We got close. We got, I think we were like 2,300 or something. I think we've even gotten close to that or around that. Okay, so this will be a little tighter, and I think it's actually what we need anyways. For this to be a little bit of a tighter helix. Because it actually does a twist and turn. It goes up a hill, little hill first, and then it twists down into the helix first. Wait, Joe, how many more bits do you need to be able to cash out? For the month? Oh, gosh. I'm going to need at least... Because I'm only at like 60-something. I need at least 40... So that would be 4,000 bits total. So a little over 4,000. It's like 4,500 bits total, and that's not including tonight. So we've already hit, you know, close to 3,000 already. At least for the month. Because I have to make a... Technically $10 or $100 worth of revenue for the month before they would actually pay me. So... But if you actually do the real donations, like donation-wise, those go straight through. Like, I don't have to wait on those. The bits, I have to wait like 60 days to actually go through, and I have to make the $100 first, so it's interesting. Enjoy the bits I gave you. This is the car money I've been saving up that I'm giving you. That's very generous, actually. Ah, Coaster for another 100. Thank you so much. Wow, you guys are being so supportive. It's absolutely overwhelming and incredible. I appreciate everything. Appreciate every single one of it. Bit of it. Every single bit of it. Hey, thanks for the 2 bits. Space, Jameis, my anime. Sorry if I pronounce any names incorrectly or if any way. Alright, it's gonna be tricky. This is technically, this area actually needs to be lower than this. That name, it's perfect. He's got to hit the $100 before he can hit all. That's a lot of bits. Wait, so does the number of bits roll over onto the next month, or do they just go away? I really hope that doesn't rob you. No, so the way it works is if I don't hit 100 bits, or get a 10,000 bits is what it would be for $100, they roll over to the next month. So from last month, I had like 20-some dollars or so. And since after last night for the month, I'm at like 60-some dollars for the month. So if I get to that 100, I will count for this month, but I have to wait like 60 days before I actually get that $100. So no, it doesn't rob you at all. It rolls over to the next month, yes. Okay, so this is going to be a test. We work on the ending and the beginning just a little bit. Joe, can I get a hoo-yah? Oh, there it was right there. Hoo-yah. Hoo-yah. Or ho-yah. I don't know which one it is, but hoo-yah, ho-yah. Alright, as for the car, it has kind of like this dark brown, this light tannish brown color. The front of it's like a barrel color. Oh my gosh. Need more colors than that. The restraints have the SNS red restraints. I don't know if you can change the color of that. Probably not. Probably cannot. So we're just going to leave it right there for now. And I don't know where this is going to go because I might have to adjust the launch speeds and different things like that. And it doesn't stop because there's no block section. That's actually a really good speed for that launch to get over that hill like that. I'm actually pretty surprised with that. And so far, I like the layout so far. Let's see how well it smooths through this. I might have to change the friction a little bit, who knows. Oh, I need to smooth that out still. And this is like the longest turn in history. Like the Buzzsaw Falls track has this super long turn. It's really weird. And it has this weird brake section. Alright, it's pretty fast, but it might be good enough to be passable as a lift hill. But it's gonna go really fast through this section. Oh gosh. I might even make the brake run a little longer. I'm actually pleasantly surprised of how well that turned out for the first test run. Wow. Let's see how it looks off-ride on the lift hill. Slash, not lift hill. Graphics are stunning. They are really good. Like I said, I really want to have this track for this ride. And I think this is the best train to use. I think it looks the closest, even though it doesn't look very close. There goes Outlaw Run. You don't even know it makes like launch sounds. It's a little fast at the beginning, but it actually slows down as it goes up a little bit. You know, and I can make that passable as a lift hill, for sure. I wish, you know, we had lift hills as well. I need to do a little bit of smoothing in a couple spots that I forgot to smooth, and I'm going to make this brake run a little longer. 300 bits from Coaster Boy. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much for the support. You guys are just amazing. We're so close now. We're at 96.90%. Almost to the 3,000 mark. You have an Outlaw Run POV. I think we've earned it. Hey, if you give me that 3.10%, maybe, if we get there. Let me get this a little bit longer, because I actually need this section to be lower than that. I might make a couple of adjustments, because, again, being Silver Dollar City, it's got all this weird, and I think this brake run's longer than I think it is. Anyways, so. Because then it'll have the transfer track, and then it has a pretty big U-turn back into the station. And there's 300 more bits. Thank you so much, Matt, to getting us that those more bits. Holy crow. Well, I can't even talk properly anymore. Okay, we will definitely do an Outlaw Run POV. But thank you guys so much for the support. Anyways, just saying, but I think that brake section is too far from the station to be realistic. Well, that's not the station in real life. There's actually, the station's going to be down here. Okay? And this is the launch section. that it moves up to. And we might need to get it... Oh, and we might need to angle this a little bit more this way so it gets closer. So I think you're right, actually. Technically, actually, completely right anyways. Because this isn't the station. This is actually the transfer track that would move up from the station. And actually, the station is a little bit more angled this way because it actually turns slightly to the right onto the transfer track when it moves up to the launch. So actually it would be angled that way a little bit. So it would be like right there. I love helping out, man. You more than deserve it. Thank you for bringing so much happiness to my life. Aw, thanks. Thank you for being so supportive to the channel. I appreciate it so much. Okay. Real quick, now that we've gone through tier 2, technically already 3 tiers of stream bit goals. Holy cow, we're on our 4th now. I technically skipped 2,000 because we were so close to it already. Let me give you an update of where we are bit-wise on this stream. We are currently... Goals, big goal. We're at 3,207 bits in this stream. Holy crap, I don't know if I've ever gotten that many bits. Not even the 24-hour live stream, I think, got that many. You guys are awesome. Alright, 3,207 is our starting amount. 3,207. Our new goal amount. I just raise it by 4,000, or 1,000 each time. Stream bits goal. 6. Because every time we hit a goal, we gotta make a bigger goal. You know, that's just how it works. Just like if I hit the follower goal, I'm gonna change it as well. No followers in the stream, or new followers in the stream yet. That's like $30 or something, more or less. Yes, it's about $32.07 is where we're at right now for this stream. Alright, Outlaw Run is a work in progress too. I think I'm going to redo this track as well. And the surroundings, it was taken from a different world, so everything's kind of off at the moment. So just keep that in mind. And it is still a little rough. I have to re-profile the track. Hey Matt, thanks so much for the host. Wow. Hey Jess, you're what? Were you not following me? Wait, what? Really? You weren't following? What? I'm so confused. He was. Oh, did you like unfollow and then follow again? Just to get that thing? Oh. So it should still be 292. You should be like, should have been like one of my first followers ever in existence. Anyways, everybody go follow Sapphire Jess too. She needs some followers and support as well. Alright, Double Barrel Roll needs a little bit rework. It's a little rough. But it's a little slow. Floating speakers. Because you didn't have new followers. Well, that's not technically a new follow, though. I worked so hard in the Outlaw Run section. Oh, I hear the clocks. The clocks are working. Yeah, everything's kind of off in this right now. You hear it? Tick tock, tick tock. I can actually replace this with chain link fence now.
One more peep about
Maybe.
that dad-blamed outlaw.
Hadn't seen how to hear him for 2 whole days. Therefore, he does not exist. I love those audio. I got the music too, but I don't want to play it. Oh, it's playing. Where is it? Hopefully that will all come together once we get all that connected. So I'm trying to create all the coasters here. Wildfire will, you know, typically be around here. Powder Keg is literally like right by it. Outlaw Run's in the very back of the park, so it'll probably be around over here. Giant Barn Swing, etc. Actually, should be in that area a little bit. We'll figure it out once we get Hill Street kind of going. Wildfire is in the place where it actually probably will end up. You get tornadoes where we live? Yes, we do. Oh, Coaster Boy, thanks so much for another 100 bits. You're up to over 600 on the stream. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys. You guys are amazing. Should we get tornadoes, Zello? I mean, we haven't had a really a bad one that's done much damage, except for that one quite a few years ago. I was still in high school when it happened, but Jesse's got a good story about that one. How many bits am I at? Matthew, you are at 3,814. And that's including, I think, the last couple days, so man, thank you. Yeah, we do get a lot of warnings and watches and stuff, for sure. Alright. This is going to be really tricky of how I want to do this. This needs to be a little bit higher up, so we're going to make the hill... Oh gosh, what are you doing? Oh gosh, what are you doing? A little bit taller here. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, and then linear synchronous motor. Hopefully we don't throw too much off here. And we can make that as long as we need to in order to make the transfer track proper. Does Powder Keg have multiple stations? No, it has one station, but it has a transfer track right after it pulls out of the station, and it actually goes up to the track moves up to the left. It's a transfer track. And it moves up to the launch section. So the station will be down here, but it moves on to a transfer track that moves it up to that launch section. So it's really weird. Powder Keg used to be a log flume. Halfway a log flume. It was a water coaster. It used to be Buzzsaw Falls, which was a water coaster. So it had both track and channels that it went through. And it had a big drop, and the actual lift hill on Powder Keg was recycled from Buzzsaw Falls. Same with the last turn before the lift hill. That was all Buzzsaw Fall track. And you can actually see the transition on the rail ride from the S&S track to the Premier Rides track. So it's half Premier Rides, half S&S. It's a really neat, or really kind of neat, cool thing. Alright, so that's a little bit better now. Okay, so the transfer track would be, if it was to move to the right, the station would be more angled that way. So that would be, or that would work, or the way we need it. So, all right, that will be the transfer for that. And I'm gonna go just slightly low, so we'll actually do that. And we'll do this nice little U-turn. This is just a little bit, tad long. How did you meet Jess? We met in high school. In government class. Friction brakes. And then station with loading and unloading on that side. And the station, we can probably make about that big. See, the proportion is off a little bit. But it's okay, because started dating at 17. Yes, we did. So this is how the transfer track looks. It does a slight bend to the right, and then there's a straight section. This bend to the right is actually really short. And then there's a straight piece of track just big enough to accommodate the train. And that section actually moves up to the right to the launch, which is currently a lot farther away than it needs to be in person. So I might adjust where this is, this turn, a little bit. Yeah, we knew each other for a good month or so. That is what it was. I accidentally clicked another piece of track there. Okay, so this will actually help with the proportion of this anyways, because this is actually closer to this in the first place. So we're going to have to redo this just slightly. So what we're going to be doing is working from this way. And we're just going to make the turn a little bit more, a bit sharper, I guess you can say. Because we need it closer to this. But that means the launch would maybe need to be a little bit more angled that way. We can adjust the station a little bit too if we need to. We might even have to adjust this section, make this a little bit shorter, which might help as well. Let me take a look at Google Maps. I mean, this should technically be going about that way. Okay, so it's more of a V shape between these two tracks, so I do need to go. It would be good to actually be closer to that. I'm in my focus zone, guys. Okay, let's see exactly where this angle will take us. That's about 108 feet. If we smooth this section out, nice. Again, recreations are very touchy because you have to get everything close or people will start going on about how it's not close enough to what it needs to be. You're working on the 4th of July? Yes, I am, I believe. Might go soon and hang out with my friends again. Couldn't be doing that. Oh, okay. Fortnite's fun. I haven't played Fortnite in actually a while. For a while now, anyways. Let's see if I can drag this out a little bit so we can get a little bit closer. Does SDC have fireworks? Surprisingly, they don't have it for the 4th of July, but they have fireworks for Moonlight Madness every night. So Moonlight Madness has fireworks every night. But they do not have fireworks for 4th of July, I don't believe. They might, but I don't think they do. Which is kind of a surprise. Kind of surprising. Again, this track needs to be higher up than the station. Because it is... Because the transfer track actually moves upwards at an angle. It moves in an upward angle. Which is kind of interesting. Alright, let's smooth out this hill. And this is the tricky part. Getting the track from here to here in a way, because we don't have transfer tracks, in a way that looks like it's going to be a transfer track, but at the same time, it is not. So the launch section, we're going to have to adjust the station a little bit here, and the angle of everything, because I might have to change this angle back to kind of where it was. And it kind of condenses the layout a little bit more anyways, which will be nice. I don't know if I want to put a friction brake here. Maybe I slow it down enough to where it looks like it comes to a little bit of a stop. Because then we have the transfer track actually in this part. So this would actually technically be the same track as this, is what I'm saying. So I need to line this section up straight with this. So we need to angle this just a little bit differently, which we can do because, you know, we're awesome like that. So we might actually, it might just be here. Kind of make it even, at least somewhat close. It doesn't have to be like the most 100% perfect thing in the world, but we want to make it as close as possible. Okay, so let's see, might need to bend you a little bit just to get you, no, that's too much. I just wanted to, okay, so straight wise you would be right there. Oh gosh, didn't mean to do that. I think it's close enough to where you're not going to notice it. Yeah, I'm going to have to build the transfer track as well. At least a visual transfer track that looks like it will move up to this section up here. And then we will have the station. And it actually does this little slight bend onto the transfer track. Wait, it bends out, it turns to the right. So you'd be going kind of like this. Like so, and now we can build the station. Now we can get everything kind of in the right way. That's backwards for some reason. If you build like backwards, it will make the trains backwards for some reason. Because it can't tell which way the station's coming from, which kind of can be a pain in the butt. So now I'm going to need to angle this guy a little bit more this way. I hate it when I readjust something like that and it completely changes everything. Hey, thanks so much for another 150 bits, Coaster Boy. Thank you. Oh, sorry, I didn't... Yeah, Automods doesn't like you, Masons. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, they don't like you. Okay, so if I put you around right here. Alright, let's see what this angle's looking at for us. That's actually a really good angle and spot, I think. And then we just get, it's got a pretty long angled brake run here. Alright, we need to get down to the 7-foot mark. Is that 7 feet? No, that's 11 feet. That's actually okay, because we're going to want to do a little bit of an angle anyways. Alright, we'll make the transfer track for the actual trains for, you know, pulling trains on and off. Different transfer track, by the way. In case you didn't know. And I just need to angle this turn, this U-turn, into the station. I think my message has gone 4 times today in this stream alone, and I wasn't even doing anything. Yeah, it is kind of weird on some of the ones that it decides to block, I've noticed. See, we need to get into this angle. Thanks, FBI, for the 1. You are mine, no escape from the FBI. Okay, I believe you. Okay, so I'm literally going to do this just for the purpose of getting this where I need, and then if I need to rebuild the station from the other way, we can do that. Won't be an issue, I don't think. Hey, FBI, another one. Another bit. Thanks. Thanks for the 1 bit. So we're trying to get to that 7 feet here. Alright, let's see if I can smooth this around. Is it even like a complete U-turn? It's not like a full U-turn. It's kind of angled, so it kind of works. If the smoothing's right. So would it test going the wrong way? Since the train's backwards on the station for some reason? Yes. You're going the wrong way. Okay, so hopefully this isn't messed up. Okay, so what we have to do is build from this side. And build the station. There we go. Now you're getting the hang of it, game. Okay, actually auto-reconnected with that, which is a good thing. Okay, so overall we have the layouts of how this will work. I'm pretty pleased of how it turned out. I never went back and smoothed this out, though. This turn. Transition to this turn here. Was actually pretty nice. Smooth that out a little bit. Overall, it was already pretty smoothed out, and I was actually pretty satisfied of how it turned out. sure this is all smoothed out here on this helix. I don't think, since I reconstructed it a little bit, that we did too much smoothing to it. So, let's make sure we get that done. Sounds like fireworks going off. Should do a Jurassic Park World Marathon one day. We should. What do you think? What do you say, Jess? I actually want to build some of the remaining channels of Buzzsaw Falls that actually are still on there, which is actually really cool. Yeah, boy. Okay, my question to you guys, do you think we can get up to the 4,000 bit goal? We only need 500, just over 500 bits to get to 4,000 bits in this stream. That's absolutely nuts. I don't know if anyone has any more left, but it's already been incredible. And I don't know how accurate my stats here are on this ride right now. Alright, the launch. I have it at 60 miles an hour, which is pretty decent. I think in real life it's 53 miles an hour, which actually raises us up, so I actually probably need to lower it a little bit. In all honesty. We'll go to 50... Let's go 54. Just to be safe. Masons, literally Automod doesn't like you. Someone will do a 100-bit donation, I'll finish it off with another 500. Because we're just a little over 500 away. We need, it's like, Joe, your Automod is killing me. I know! It's very handy for, like, taking care of general stuff, though. You know what I mean? It is handy in that regard. But yeah, it's like an angled incline. It's really weird on this transfer track, but it's really awesome. And there's actually a piece of track that goes straight up in the air. That's only used if... The only time it's ever used, some people think it's just a prop, but it's actually used for rollbacks. If the ride rolls back, it actually rolls back up onto that track. Which it has had rollbacks before. There's actually been powder keg rollbacks, believe it or not. It only happens maybe once or a couple times a year, but man, that would be cool. To go up that vertical spike behind. That would be interesting. Don't want it to still be incomplete when I leave. If you guys can all forge together and get that 100, and Mason says he'll do 500 to finish it off. So, get those ads ready and try and get that. Hashtag rollback. Yes. So, here's my idea. Okay, so here's the issue that we're having, is getting the train up to this point in a way that you can't really notice it. There's fireworks going off again. That is true. Yes, there is. There is. Anyone else hear a slight drop in audio quality from Joe's mic? Maybe I was just like closer or further away. I might have messed with it. I don't know. Let me make sure it's plugged. Oops, I accidentally muted myself for a second. Sorry about that. Okay, I see that working. I'm actually very pleased with this layout. I might have been too close. Yeah, that might have been it. Powder keg. Because I want this to be functioning. A functioning ride. It's not going through the webcam, right? It shouldn't be. It's all automatically set to Yeti stereo. Yep, it's going through the Yeti. Does it really sound bad? Hold on, I want to hear it real quick, so I'm going to mute myself for a second and listen to the stream for a second, so hold on. I'm going to listen to it. Whoops, sorry. Doesn't sound... I don't think it sounds bad. Doesn't sound abnormal, at least I think. I don't know. Sounds slightly distorted. When I listened to the stream, it didn't. At least for that moment. Maybe I had a glitch for a second. I don't know. Alright. I might disconnect this from this. And here's the tricky thing I wanted to try and do. I wanted to maybe like hide the train to get it to this point and hide it with like scenery and different things like that. Just to try and get it. So like you're going to have this weird section of the ride that's going to be like going upside around and everything and making no sense. Just to get it up to this point, because I want to hide it. So if I do this, and we add a launch section. Oh, hey, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate that follow. Thank you. Thanks again for the follow. This one I'll be able to hide. From here, I'll be able to hide it pretty well. Because this is all like on ground level and it's actually got a building there. So I can't exactly see where this is coming from. But just because I want to try and at least smooth all this track out a little bit. Smooth all. Let me test it to see if it gets to this point up here. This was my first idea, so the only thing that's going to be off is that it's not going to go on the transfer track, and that it's actually going to get up to this point. So we'll get up there, it looks like. 4 bits. This is my first idea, so we'll see if this works. And it looks like it will. My only issue is I can't add multiple trains. It has 3 trains on the ride, though. Which might be something I have to sacrifice in this ride. There's only 1 train. I would love to at least get 2. I don't know if I maybe if I just make a long station. But thanks FBI for the 4 bits. I mean, it's a little fast at the start, but it slows down at the top, and it looks a little bit closer to a lift hill at the top of the ride. Got the giant swing over there going. I'm like very satisfied of how this layout turned out, though. I think this might actually work. I think I got this, guys. Because once we get the scenery in there to hide all this track right here, because this track will all be hidden. This will be a non-existent track. I love how it's actually part of the ride, though. That's cool. So this, again, this track is going to be hidden for the ride. Just to get it up to this point. So the transfer track will actually be non-existent. It's not going to work. But the visual idea of it... Oh, gosh. Pulled my headset out, will still be there. Okay? So I'm going to... This is going to be a fake attachment. So it'll look like this will actually be the... I want it to look like this is the actual track connecting. And then there's actually a... I might do some rock work or some fancy work with... some rock work or something to cover up this track down here. See if we just get this nice lined up. It looks like it will line up right there perfectly. Because this is your transfer track. And I might do some sort of fancy thing. And the only awkward part is when it, you know, first pulls out of the ride. You know, and then this will all be hidden. Because this will technically be underground because of the terrain in the park. And this is actually enclosed right here. So you'll just see the train pull out of the little building, you know. So one more thing, one more false track that I do have to add. I actually might be, here we go. I'm actually going to do it from here. I'm going to disconnect this just for a second. Oops. Alright, so I'm going to put we're going to put this short track. This is the track that we will delete and replace later on. So that's the piece of track. We're going to do that. And then this is going to be the spike. So it's got this prop track that has this 90-degree spike. It just goes straight up. And it's actually, the track is black. Interestingly enough. And it's meant to look kind of, you know, kind of scary or something. Like the track's been broken or something like that. And it looks like that. So, let's see if we can oops. We need to recolor this because this is actually a different color. It's all black, which I forgot how to recolor. So, oh, here it is. Like everything, even the support's black on here. It's supposed to look like burnt. Oh yeah, it turned out a lot better than I thought. And then it has like broken track going off the end, which is pretty cool. Alright, and then I'm going to get rid of the unnecessary supporting here real quick. What was it with this support? What was that? Would I rather have that one there or leave it like that? I think I'll leave it like that. And this is going to have the illusion of, like, friction brakes. So we're actually going to break that off for now. And this will go here. And this will have friction brakes. Build. Awesome. Does that look like powder keg?
Yeah.
Because you know that little vertical spike it has?
Yeah, it goes right into the ground.
Not this. I'm doing some trickery. Jesse found the kazoo.
You're welcome, chat. I'm out of breath from that. What the heck?
I'm so proud. Yes, Kazoo's kid.
Yes. Alright, I'm leaving.
Alright, are you
I'm
good?
gonna go get some pizza.
You good?
I'm never good.
Are you gonna leave some for me?
Hmm?
You're gonna leave a little bit for me?
I don't know how many pieces are left.
Here are 3.5. Because Mom only had
Yes,
half.
I'll save you some. I'm hungry though.
Okay, well you still have left of your Alfredo.
I already ate that. There was like
You already ate that?
Yeah, there was like that much left.
Okay, well
Tiny.
leave me at least a little bit.
Nah.
A slice and a half
No,
at least. Maybe
no,
2 slices.
Nah. It's my pizza now.
Was that a I'm a big kid now?
Yeah! It's my pizza now.
It is my pizza now. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited to actually do, like, more on this. I know this is a little over-supported. Okay, we're going to do the POV. You guys ready for the POV of Powder Keg? You guys, with all the support you guys have given me, you guys deserve all the POVs. So you can't even see the track there. That's awesome. It even looks like it has a little dent in there, so it actually looks like a... Oh gosh, this is what we created right here. It's a new part of Powder Keg, guys. See, it just rolls out. I wish I could make it stop there. Oh my gosh, Freemasons, thanks for the 500 bits. We're at 99.8% to 4,000 bits for the day. Wow. My pizza. See, thanks so much, Masons. Goodbye, everyone. Hope you all have a good night. Thank you so much for the support, Freemasons. I appreciate it so much. It's up to you guys, the remaining ones, to get to that 4,000 goal. You literally need, like, a couple. Not that much left. I think it's like, is it less than 100? It might be less than 100. It is less than 100. It's like 50 or 60 or so. I think it's like 51, I think we need like 51 more bits. You guys rock. You guys are rock stars. And Jess has returned. And look at Mather coming in with the 51 bits. And we have hit 4,000 bits for the stream. Yay! Thanks so much, Matt.
I heard that we got more bits, so I had to come and play your theme song.
What's my theme song? That's my theme? What do you think, Jess? Does it look good?
It looks like a roller coaster.
Does it look like Powder Keg?
Well, it looks like a roller coaster.
That didn't answer my question.
I mean, it's got the same color scheme, so yeah.
You like my hidden track?
I don't think that's how,
No, it doesn't start that way, but it's my own
transfer track.
That is my transfer track up to here.
Oof.
Okay.
Oof. Yeah, no, it looks good.
Thanks.
It's got the white and brown like Powder Keg has.
Yeah, the orangish brownish. The poopy-ish brown.
Rust. No, it's rust brown.
Rust brown?
Rust brown.
It was hard to find a train at least close to it as well. I figured these were kind of decently close.
To be honest, Powder Keg is never open, so I never did go on it. I don't even know how it looks like anymore.
Well, it will be always open in my version.
Tell the tornado. Oh God! Tell the tornado story. Okay. So, all right. Oh, I'm dropping the kazoo. Let me get situated. So, the year Joe and I first started dating, what was it? 20.
I met you like right after the tornado.
It was a leap day or leap year.
Mm-hmm.
It was leap day, so it happened February 29th. 2014.
I thought it happened in May.
No.
Oh, I thought it was in May.
Mm-mm.
What is this? What is this?
Uh...
There's a worker out there just in the middle of nowhere.
Anyways, I think it was 2014. And Me. Same.
What are you doing out here, Sharon?
Oh my God, Sharon.
I just want to leave, but there's no way out.
Aww. So we had theater practice that night, and it got really late, and I was feeling super sick. Like, I couldn't even do all of my rehearsal, because I just had to lay on the ground. I was running, like, a really, really bad fever. When I got home, we found out it was, like, 104-degree fever. So I was slightly delusional by this time. I was so sick. Well, we get home. I didn't even know it was supposed to start raining. And I immediately just go to bed. I was like, I can't. I don't feel good. About 1:30, 2:30 in the morning, somewhere around there, I wake up to hear my mom screaming her head off. And for those of you who do not know my mom, she tends to over-exaggerate.
A little bit.
A little bit. But, like, oh my God, and she's loud. So I wake up to her screaming, "The sky is green, the sky is green!" I'm like, what the heck does the sky is green mean? But apparently when there's a tornado, the sky turns like this really, really pretty turquoisey green color.
It's pretty.
It's absolutely beautiful. But,
Kale.
I woke up to her screaming, and she ended up calling my grandpa, who lives on the same property as them. And he came down to our house to help with me since I was so sick. And I lost my train of thought, sorry. He came down, and my mom ran to her bedroom, which was on the far end of the house. And she literally, as soon as she said it, I heard it. She's like, "It sounds like a train is coming towards us." And it legitimately sounded like a freight train was, like, about to hit our house. It was super, super loud, and then our house started shaking. And I'm sitting there like, what the heck is going on? You know? So I get up, because my mom's screaming, "There's a tornado coming." I get up, I'm like, "Don't leave me behind, don't leave me behind." Because I'm so, like, I didn't know what to think at the time. So we all run down and into our garage, because that would be the safest place for us. And it went straight through our property. Mind you, my parents live on 13 acres of land. But it went straight through. There's like a little ditch. So it's my parents' house. There's a ditch going up the driveway, and then it's my grandpa's trailer. It went straight through that little ditch between our two houses. And as soon as the rumbling kind of stopped, like, I don't remember a lot of what happened in the garage. I know I had a blanket over my head, and I could hear my mom praying, and then I heard glass shatter. That's all I remember that happened in the garage. But as soon as all that stopped, it was dead silent. Just completely quiet. I mean, there was, like, the tiniest little patter of rain. You didn't hear any thunder. You didn't hear any wind. You didn't hear any, like really bad storming sounds, you know. Just silent. And we gave it a little bit, and my grandpa decided he wanted to go out and see what the damage was. So he went outside, took about 15 minutes or so, and he came back in our garage, and he's like, "Well, I don't have a house anymore." The tornado had completely flipped his trailer, onto its side, went through 3 different, trees, and just completely tore it apart and destroyed it. And he had a sofa recliner chair that he always used to sleep in when he couldn't sleep in his bed. And when we went up the next day, we saw that there was a tree straight through that recliner. So we were very, very lucky that I was sick and that he came up to help with me, because he said if I wasn't sick, he would have just stayed in bed. You know, he's like, if it's my time, it's my time. And yeah, we had about 500 or so trees down on our property. My grandpa's trailer was completely destroyed. Our house didn't have too much damage. The crash that I mentioned that I had heard in the garage was actually a tree branch came through the garage window and broke it. And we had some shingles on the side of our house and some roofing was messed up. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. Our pool did get a little bit of damage, but we didn't hardly use it anyways. But yeah, it was the most terrifying thing I ever went through in my entire life. And I'm very, very lucky that
Then you met me like
happened.
right after.
Yeah, and then I met you right after. And the best thing in my life happened.
Yay! You sure that's what it is? It's me.
No, you loaned me Harry Potter, remember? And I got to watch the last Harry Potter movie. That's the best thing that happened.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, that's my tornado story.
Did it look right?
Yeah. Yeah. It looks good. Can you do like the moving windows? Can you know how the windows open?
Yes, I can actually.
Yeah.
There might be moving windows in the studio.
Oh.
The studio's pack.
Yeah. We actually looked. Because after a tornado hits, you can go on Google Maps and you can see the path of the tornado, like exactly where it went.
It went right through your yard.
Literally, well,
that's what it showed.
when we were looking, it went literally right over our garage, is what it showed. And thankfully it didn't. It went through the ditch, but on the Google Maps it said it went directly over our garage where we were at. I'm pretty sure there's still YouTube footage on YouTube, obviously. Video footage on YouTube is what I meant to say. If you look up the Branson 2014 tornado. I'm pretty sure our family's in one of them. You can see me crying with my little red beanie on.
You still have that beanie.
I do have that beanie still. I've had that beanie for years. I think it was my dad's beanie that I stole. Alright, my pizza's heated up. It's been sitting.
Hey, can you heat it some for me too?
No.
I can add the trigger with when it launches the fire.
Smoke, or the fire rather.
Because fire blows out of that little pipe.
Nice. Cool.
That's a good.
Do you
That's
want
a
the
good
other
start.
2 pieces?
Hmm.
You want the other 2 pieces?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
All right, chat.
That's her story.
That's my story. I'm leaving. I'll be back in a second to give him pizza, and then I'm leaving.
Oh, I have my side of the story on that too.
Oh yeah.
I actually have my own side of the story because, you know, we lived in the same city and everything. So it didn't get as close to me, but we lived on Fall Creek Road, which was pretty much just right off the strip of it, and the tornado went through the strip. So for me, I was in bed. My dad got me up saying, hey, there's a bad storm rolling in. There could possibly be a tornado coming through. So he was just like, at the time, I was really big in, like, band and everything. Marching band and, jazz band and all that stuff. So he's like, grab your saxophone and let's head downstairs because we had a basement. So we headed downstairs and my dad was pacing back and forth. He was just going nuts. It was kind of fun. Kind of weird. It was kind of funny.
These are ready to heat up.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey, I love you.
I love you.
Look at that pizza. Oh, I got the half slice. That's okay. But, yeah, we still get, the tornado watches and stuff like that, occasionally, and everything like that, so. And ever since, when Jess went through everything she went through, I'm sure it she's a little more terrified of them than I am, but it is pretty scary because, you know, they don't last long, and they kind of, we saw the destruction the next day. They're so unpredictable, you know, they'll hit this building will be untouched right across from it, and then this building right here was, you know, damaged. It's so weird of how tornadoes work. They're beautiful, though. They look awesome. I was hoping I can make my own catwalk here by using this guy, but I'm not sure how well it's going to work. So what we're going to do is get the same color, their catwalk's the same color as the supports, so we're going to steal that a little bit. And their walkway is actually pretty low to the ground, so I can actually kind of cheat a little bit here. Possibly. We can place it like it's within the track right there. So we're going to have to adjust the angle of it just a little bit more. Make sure it's straight. Was it in No, it was in 2012. Because we were juniors in high school, and we graduated in 13. So it was in 2012 is when it happened. Because I had just met you as a junior. So it was 2012 when it happened. Alright, this is going to be a tricky catwalk. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this. I was almost thinking it was going to take multiple tries, but in the layout wise. Anyone see the solar eclipse last year? Can't remember if I saw it, but I'm very surprised that you can't put catwalks on these. Kind of interesting. I might raise this up just a little bit more too. Like closer up to the track. If I do that, I'll select all of them though. At least this is pretty easy to line up. These metal walkways are pretty handy. And I guess they look pretty decent for this. Okay, we shouldn't need much more here. In fact, this is probably too much more. And then the top part's going to be a little bit trickier because we have to kind of angle it over. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. We might have to readjust the angle because you can see it's branching off away from the coaster. So the angle wasn't quite correct. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. Oh crap, no. I'm just going to delete this top part. And we are going to adjust this entire thing. So we got to angle. Oh gosh, this is going to be hard. Angle it properly. As long as it's not peeking through the track, it's okay. Might have to adjust the top part, but that's much better. Okay. Oh my gosh, I've been live streaming for over 2 hours now. Nuts. Seeing if I could possibly do this. Yeah, we're gonna have to adjust this a little bit more because you can see that angle is slightly off here. Right there. Okay, I see it, but it actually can serve. It's not too bad. I think we're good right there. Might even add a extra one of these. Just at the crest of the lift hill. For an actual, or an extra layer of detail. Since there's no catwalks on this for some reason, I don't know why, but there's not. Alright, we'll angle this one alongside this. And I think it has a staircase going down to the ground, so we'll save that for when we actually get the terrain in and everything. But we're gonna make this work, guys. It may not be the most prettiest when it comes to this part of the ride when it has the transfer track, but it's better than nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna make a transfer table that leads it up to there. It's got like these two giant weights that pull it up to that section. There's actually only one piece of track here in real life. It's this one and this one, but I'm going to keep it both on both. That way it doesn't look like the track is, missing from here and just goes straight down. It does hide this little drop off fairly well, so. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied of how Powder Keg turned out. Like, no joke, I'm pretty satisfied with that. As for Outlaw Run, I can't just move all that, can I? Nope. I just wanted to try and get a little bit of an idea of where Powder Keg's going to set on this. Because I'm going to try and have Hill Street angled more this direction. Give us a little bit more space for the rides. Looking up at Silver Dollar City, you can kind of see where Powder Keg sets as a comparison to Wildfire. American Plunge is in between them two. That might be another one we might be looking into building soon too. We got Fire in the Hole across from Powder Keg. Oh, I'm so excited to get more into this. Because right now I'm just trying to get a general idea of where the rides are going to sit. The larger attractions anyways. And how that's all going to play out. If you know what I mean. Alright, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get rid of these guys. These pieces. I think I'm going to go and to I need to go in and restructure all that a little bit more. Okay, so powder keg. Make sure you have your scenery pieces. I don't want to go too far into the scenery just in case I need to move the ride at all. So powder keg's a little bit, actually, already at a decent angle from Wildfire here. Its first hill is kind of lined up in a way like this. There we go. As the train tracks the train will actually go around powder keg right here, and I'm gonna have it turn around and see if I can actually possibly fit in. I want to see if I can possibly fit in, you know, the robber shack for the steam train as well. And then Outlaw Runs, for this Outlaw Run will just barely fit in back over here. It should anyways. So we're looking at powder keg about right there. So we'll have Hill Street going down this way. That should line it up pretty decent. We might have to push it a little bit further that way as best as we can. Same with Wildfire. This Wildfire might actually need to go over just a little bit more too. Trust me, we're going to push this stuff as far off as we can. Even if I have to condense a couple things down just a little bit, that'll be nice. Alright, I'm going to get Outlaw Run back into the picture here. I deleted it because there's just too many pieces. This is my Outlaw Run right here. We'll get the scenery into it later. But Outlaw Run kind of sits... This turn right here actually sits right in between powder keg and the train tracks, so they're all decently close together right here. Oh, we're on the edge of the back of the map here. So I would say they kind of set kind of like this in a way. And this would be a little bit lower to the ground, but you know, there's a lot of terraforming we have to do with that anyways. So Outlaw Run's gonna sit over there, the giant swing. We'll go ahead and move you over to your spot. Oh gosh, you're going crazy over here. Oops. Clicking the wrong things. This is the entrance of it. It's decently close to Outlaw Run. Same road. Alright, so now I'm getting a little bit of a fuller picture of the park here at least. And that's kind of was my goal. Sorry I've been away from chat for a little bit, so. I think it'd be the going to rides were from STC. And a lot of the real relics. That's cool. Do you know Sir Willow? He did a few videos on how he was a train conductor robber at STC. Yes, I actually knew him, and I see him every so often come to the park too still, because he used to work there at the train depot. He was a conductor on the train, and yes, I do remember him, and I do know him, so, and I actually do watch his videos too, which are a lot of fun. Hosts are from North Carolina. He runs without it. Wasn't real right. Huh. But yeah, I'm very excited because you can start to see this shape up a little bit now. Lost River would go here. Fireman's Landing. And we would have Grand Expo back in this section in this area. I might have to do a little bit condensing down on some spots, but I think the park's going to fit in here. So the way we have it set up. As long as I get Hill Street angled in a way that it needs to. I think we're in a good spot because these are the big 3 coasters on this side of the park. We got the 2 coasters over here, Time Traveler and Thunderation on this side of the park. And last episode we actually placed Echo Hollow Theater in its spot, its proper spot. But we're going to actually be moving these guys, shifting them over just a little bit this way, which will be alright. I don't know, actually, I might almost keep them where they're at. We'll need to move them just a little bit. I really don't want to, but we need to move them a little bit. But yeah, what do you guys think so far? What do you think of the idea of Powder Keg? It's looking good. Powder Keg is turning out great. It looks like it's going to line up pretty nicely with Outlaw Run and Wildfire over here. Wildfire is on the edge over here, which worked nice. Okay, guys, we're going to do a quick montage of some POVs just for you guys, because the support has been absolutely amazing in this live stream, and I just want to show some appreciation, which I have shown off these before. Where do you guys want to start? We got 3 coasters, or 4, no, we got 5 coasters already. Where are we going to start? Me likey Powder Keg, awesome. We already rode Powder Keg, so we haven't rode Wildfire. Let's give Wildfire a run real quick. It's a good one to start off with. Give me that bumper seat. There we go. I like the bumper because it's nice and smooth. And it's what you usually see more of POVs. Now, Wildfire is not a floorless coaster. It is a sit-down coaster, but since we don't have the sit-down trains, I decided to go with the floorless trains because they're pretty much the same, just without the floor. So it's nice. I want to see the views of Powder Keg over here because you can actually see Powder Keg and Outlaw Run in the distance at the top of Wildfire pretty well. They're like the 3 coasters that you can see real well. There goes Powder Keg. Does SDC have a Sally Corp Dark Ride? I don't think so. I know Fire in the Hole was done by the park themselves, so that didn't have a manufacturer, unless the only other Dark Ride is Flooded Mine. Unless they did Flooded Mine, I don't know. There's only 2 dark rides in the park. I was actually very pleasantly surprised with how good this emblem actually turned out on this. Needs a little bit more smoothing, and I actually put together this layout pretty quickly. I didn't think I would actually keep it, but for now, it actually kind of want to keep it. Could be it does need a little bit of adjustments, but for the most part, this layout's actually pretty good for my Wildfire recreation. Could use a little bit of smoothing in some spots, but I put it together pretty quickly, actually. That's Wildfire. It was pretty much the park's first big roller coaster. We already actually did those 2. So how about some Thunderation? It's pulling out of the station right now. Which I'm doing custom supporting on this as well. There's Time Traveler. I've been working a lot on the terrain in this area, so I'd hate to have to move it again, because I'd have to redo all the terrain, and then the custom supports are going to be a pain to move too. Terrain still work in progress. It's a nice little mine train coaster for sure, though. I like Thunderation. Here's the lift house that I've been working on. Actually, I had to work in that. The lift doesn't sound loud enough. It's a lot louder in real life. needs to have that loud, you know, like it's about to snap or break. Those Vekoma lift hills are super loud. This is actually Aerodynamics that built this one. And they're pretty loud too. Just as loud. Because this was an Aerodynamics mine train. Still working on its station and transfer area too. Still needs some work. Alright, and then of course the most anticipated one, which doesn't even have spinning trains on it right now. Still so proud of this dive loop. I was so proud of this dive loop. How that turned out. Good hang time on that, just like it is in real life. Apparently, Vekoma's pretty good now, is what I hear. Twist and turn on time travel, so good. This is actually have a really good pop of airtime right before the second launch. Currently working on the unload station too. Need to work on those lights, they're kind of suckish. See, it just needs the spinning though. That's all it needs now. If I could get these cars spinning, we'd be in good shape. See with the block system, how I got it after the first cycle, it actually stops there now for a second. Just like it needs, or it's supposed to. It's a little over-supported right now because I haven't messed with the supports yet. My gosh, it was so hard to line up all these tracks elements with going through each other and everything. Come on, Frontier! I need my extreme spinning coaster. I need it. Because this is not what I need. I'll tell you what, I've been trying to build the queue line in the building, and it's been such a pain in the butt trying to get that correct. I have to redo all this. If I move it, I'm going to have to redo all of those. Too bad none of it is coming in the new updates. Unless the DLC has rides with them, which I'm not sure if it's going to or not. I was trying to make Time Traveler's sign here with the clock. Of course, you had the candy stop, the jewelry store, and then the blacksmith area, Hannah's ice cream, the general store. Ah, it's gonna come together. It will come together. What's the name of the new DLC? It hasn't been released yet. We don't know. Nothing's been announced. They're supposed to be announcing it sometime next week. Glass Blower. So we got Hazel's Glass. Right past here you have the restrooms, and then you get these guys here. Oh, I'm so excited. I love that we adjusted Powder Keg. Made it somewhat functional. Thought there was a live stream, but I guess it was just to announce the pack. Yeah, they're gonna have a live stream. I think they're having a live stream to announce it. See, I can do 2 trains with 3 cars. I guess I could make this little back section part of the station, and maybe... Let's actually try that. Make you... a station. Extend the station out a little bit. Whoops. And then have, I just want at least one little straight section. Alright, just this. See if we just make the station super long. There we go. That's all we gotta do. Make the station super long. We might be able to put in multiple trains. And then we'll just have to roll with it as best as we can. Even if it's sticking out a little bit too much. Because it actually has 3 trains. But if I can settle for 2. At the least. Even though I don't have a double load station here. I can maybe disguise this to not look like a station and just this part is the station. I don't know. Then I'm going to have to departure interval. I'm going to do that as a not 100 seconds, but like at least 60 seconds or so. Might do the trick. That way the next one won't go too fast. Look, we're underground. I wish I could get it to stop right here though. Right before the launch. Because it's continuous launch here, but it doesn't actually do that in real life. There's Wildfire. I think this recreation has been pretty spot on. Closer than I ever thought I would get it. And you got this lift hill. As much as a lift hill as I could make it anyways. It's a little fast. That's okay. Giant barn swing over there. Where's the other train currently at? Okay, there it goes. Just got past the first launch, so. Oh, it looks so cool. Can't wait till I actually get it to like all themed up and all the scenery pieces and everything when it finally looks like it's supposed to. I was supposed to have a huge departure interval, but it didn't do it that time. Unless that's in between trains that dispatch, so I guess it's fine. It's timed up pretty well. One could be like on the lift hill while this one's going on to the launch. They run better with 2 trains only anyways. I'm pretty happy about this, guys. Because I actually made a functional one that will work. You hear how loud those stupid fireworks are. I haven't actually heard them in any lately. Why is there fireworks? Because it's getting close to 4th of July, so I'd assume that's why. I forgot where the other... Oh, there it is. It's about to go on the launch. I don't know why they can't wait till the 4th of July, but I guess they can't. Somewhat makes sense, that's true. Somewhat. Yeah, those are pretty nicely placed. You're gonna have a blast on this powder keg. You can scream at the speeds. Hey, Coaster Boy, thanks for the 11 bits. Look at that. You're at $7.99 on your bits right now. That's pretty good. I appreciate it a lot. Thanks for all the support. Look at that. It just like zooms in out automatically. The next train hasn't moved yet. There it goes. There's no block section, so if something goes wrong, it's not gonna stop. That's all I got left. That's alright, man. I appreciate you using them all on me. That's just a lot. Some people don't usually have that much, so... Love it when you see Wildfire, Powder Keg. I actually rode Outlaw Run multiple times when I did a ride-through. I'd be on the lift, and all 3 of these coasters were on the lift at the same time. Such a cool thing to see. Like, we're on our lift, Powder Keg was going up their lift, Wildfire was going up their lift, and we all went down the drop at the same time. It was so cool. It was like, we didn't time that. But my gosh, it was cool. But yeah, we got... I can really start to see the park kind of shape up now, which is nice. Even though we only got, like, the bigger attractions kind of sitting there at the moment. I think we're in a good spot, and that I think everything will fit. Hey, FBI, thanks so much for the 2 bits. I appreciate it. Alright, let's see how many bits we have gotten fully in the stream. We have gotten 4,027 bits. That's $40.27. That's insane for one stream. Thank you guys so much for the support. Like I said, from now on, until we kind of get the park layout completely done, I'm just going to be using terrain, and we're just going to use the tarmac texture, and then when we're fully done, we'll lay down the actual path. That way, if we need to shift or anything, I can get all these hills leveled out the way I want. You can see how kind of bumpy it is. We need to fix that. It gives me a little bit of better idea of where everything's going to be. I want to make some real progress soon. I do. I'm not going to work on Thunderation's custom supports until we get everything shifted over again. Because I think if I like do the multi-select, select all these guys, it's still movable. So, gotta be careful that I don't have too many pieces, so we're not going to do anything there, because I think if you're over 4,000, you can't shift anything. So I can take all this stuff and shift it over to where we need it. Oh, you can see we didn't get a couple support structures there, but I'd hate to have to redo support structures. That would suck. Oops. See what we're looking at here. Undo time traveler and all of that. Yeah. It's gonna be tricky sometimes to get exactly what you're trying to get. Okay, so we'll go from here. That should select all that and not time traveler. I don't need that's selected. That'd be 3,869. See, we're just on that borderline, so... And I can get rid of, or redo trees if I absolutely need to. I think the add pool for bits will reset in the morning, hopefully. Hopefully everything resets, so we can get as many bits as possible. Bit power. You know what I'm saying? Bits. More and more bits. Alright, but anyways, I think that's going to do it for this live stream. I mainly want to just focus on Powder Keg. I thought it would take a little bit even longer to actually get Powder Keg moving a little bit more, but we got it pretty quick, a lot faster than I thought I would. Like, I didn't think I would get the idea down pretty well. Kind of want to work on that transfer track a little bit. At least, you know, the visual idea of it, anyways. So I do have to work tomorrow, so I don't want it to get too late. It's already 10 o'clock, so. Yeah, so their trains, they have 4 trains of 2 is what the Powder Keg actually has. 4 trains of 2 is what it actually is. These trains look pretty close. Let's see if there's any other. Let's see, Basilisk would be 3. That one doesn't work. Enigma is 4. Gold Fever is the Mine Train. Invincible. Might have to go with Invincible because that one actually makes sense. We just do 4 per train. And we could actually make it, this actually takes a little less space. We could actually do 4, 8, because that's 16 per train. Holy crap, I could do 3 trains if I use this one. And you know, they look relatively close. I mean, the trains are a little shorter. So that's the only thing, is the trains are a little short, and they're actually a little longer in real life. Because each one has like the little front thing. But this one could actually work with 3 trains. I could actually fit 3 trains in the station here, so I'm actually tempted to do that now. Okay, so this is blue. I don't know what part that was, but the seats are red. I don't think I can change the seat colors on this though, but Powder Keg. The actual front actually says Silver Dollar City, so if I changed it to Silver Dollar City, it would say Silver Dollar City on the front, which is kind of neat. But we're Powder Kegs, so. Because I could do that for, you know, realism reasons, but. Alright, real quick, I want to see how this runs with 3 trains. Just real quick. Hey, don't do that. You're supposed to have that dispatch interval of 60 seconds. Hey, didn't you make it up? No. That's interesting. It didn't even make it up the lift. Or this. Changing the trains, I never noticed could actually make that much a difference. Change you to 80 seconds. Okay, it looks like it's going to do it now because it will actually wait 80 seconds before it dispatches the first time. For whatever reason. Okay, that time it did. What? It's connected to that track, though. You were connected to that track. You were connected to that track. Hello? Don't you dare switch things up on me. You're gonna switch things up on me. I gotta do this again. That was glitchy. I probably glitched it out because I made it all the same parts of the coaster. And there it goes. It might have been a little too fast, but that's okay. See how well it makes it up the hills with the shorter train. So I want the trains kind of spread out. See how much 80 seconds does. I'm trying to fool the game. Because different trains could affect the way they work on the track. See, it's going a little slower on this lift hill with this train, I think. And that last one still hasn't left the station. Change it to 60. That's what it was at. Just 20 seconds can make a difference. See, it's finally going. Almost done with my pizza. Okay, so that's a little bit better. I might even change it to 60 seconds. Or 50 seconds. Why is this one already going? What are you doing? That one didn't wait at all. Little booger. Oh, it's in the state, waiting in the station already, so that's probably why. So when it stops in the station, even if it's behind another train, it's probably counting that as the interval. Well, hopefully nothing has a rollback. See, that one's already left. I might eventually space out properly, I don't know. These trains are a little bit too close than what they're supposed to be. Hopefully those brakes don't fail. Hey, thanks for the 10 bits, Matthew. Another 10 bits to add on to your already ridiculous amount of bits today. I appreciate it. Probably will go ahead and leave the station as soon as it enters. Huh. But I've somehow snuck in 3 trains, believe it or not. We could probably do a little extra tweaking with that later, but it works. Did you build Time Traveler? In real life, no. In this scenario, yes. It's right here. But there is no spinning cars, unfortunately. Unfortunately, there's no spinning cars. That sounds weird. So I got it set to where it actually stops there too, which is cool. I love this twist and turn in real life. It's pretty intense. Zero G roll is awesome too. I got the staircase going down. Terrain is so amazing, and so would our city. Made it look like the gates are open too. There's actually little gates there. POV. Must have not been here earlier. Here we go. course, via without the spinning. Not perfectly smooth, but it's in a good spot. See, it's even got the stop there, which is awesome. Intertwining all this track inside itself and this loop was really hard too. I wish I had the extreme spinning coaster and Planet Coaster. Because this is incorrect. I'm a big fan of the launch sound within the game. Yeah, I feel like I would have liked if they would have had, like, multiple different launch sounds for different launch coasters. I don't think it's, like, terrible, but it's not the best. Like, if they had certain launch sounds for certain launches, it would make sense for sure, but I see where you're coming from. Absolutely. Look, we got the little unload station here. On busy days when we run 3 trains, we'll unload in this spot here. While they're loading in here. Thunderation. Gotta add everything up here. It looks way too open up here. Still gotta add everything on here. The gazebo will go right here. There's some more planters, another building right there. Different stuff like that. Then we'll have Wildfire's area. Wildfire. And then American Plunge will be in this this area right here, the splashdown and everything, where it splashes. We can actually do that one too. We'll be able to. Also on a coaster with feels like the initial acceleration is faster than the acceleration Planet Coaster offers. Yeah, I feel like the acceleration on Planet Coaster could be a little fast. Could be a bit faster on at sometimes. Yeah, because we'll have, let's see. This will be roughly, actually around here. We'll have American Plunge there somewhere. Lost River will be over here. We'll even have Fire in the Hole here. Should be cool. We'll see where everything lies and where everything ends up at, but... Well, that's ironic. Our county just issued a tornado watch. That's not good. We were just talking about that, weren't we, too? Kind of random question. Have any of you been on Rip Ride Rock at Universal? I have. I have. I went in 2016. Me and Jess got to ride it. It was pretty fun. I thought it was, like, decent. A lot of people... It gets a lot of hate from coaster enthusiasts, but... Which I understand with all the brake runs, I guess. So... Bum. Bang. Welcome to Wildfire. I wonder where I'm scheduled tomorrow. Tomorrow is June the 28th. I am Inspector tomorrow for Time Traveler. I don't know, I didn't think it felt that rough when I wrote it. Like, I did not think Rip Ride Rocket was that rough. I've been on much rougher. I'll put that out there. Just like from Wildfire, you can see Outlaw Run in the distance and its giant drop. It's awesome. What do I do for Time Traveler, like inspection-wise? You inspect the building and make sure all the fire extinguishers have been inspected within the month. Make sure all the... pretty much looking for anything that is broken in the queue line or stuff like that. Also inspecting the trains in the morning and stuff. Just different things like that. Make sure the gates are functional, everything's working properly. Friday, I am load dispatch. Saturday, I'm inspector. Sunday, I am off? Question mark? Oh wait, no, I'm ATD. Attention to detail. And Monday, I'm off. Next Tuesday, I'm off. Next Wednesday, I'm breaker. Next Thursday, I'm inspector. Following Friday, I'm off on a Friday. Work Saturday. And off on a Sunday. I get 3 days off that week. Wow. I work 5 this week, but I'm off 3 days the following week. That's insane. You get to ride it in the morning? Absolutely. We have to do a ride through in the morning to make sure it's good. So sometimes I get to ride, depending on who's doing the ride through. I didn't know inspectors inspect the queue line. Coverage curses projection mapping show is broken for a week. Yeah, so as an inspector, if I see anything that is not working properly, I have to we report it to maintenance, and maintenance will hopefully fix it. And if they don't fix it, you just keep annoying them until they fix it. Pretty much. Alright. For reals, though, I think that's going to do it for this stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, make sure you, if you're watching this on YouTube, comment, like, and subscribe. If you're watching it live right now, be sure to follow if you haven't already. And thank you guys so much for the support tonight. I've been absolutely ridiculous. We got over 4,000 bits. I'm actually really close to getting enough to over 100. If I get over $100 this month, which I only have a couple more days to do it, if we do it, I can get paid in a couple, like 2 months. So, and hopefully we can start doing this every month, and we can keep supporting the channel. And it really helps me out a whole lot. And I appreciate you guys so much. So I'm gonna try my best, my darndest, to get a live stream going tomorrow night if I can. Hashtag support. That's right. Thanks you so much, Freemasons, Matt, everyone there, Coaster Board. You guys were the top 3 that helped with that today. I know Wolf did his fair share as well. But anyone that, you know, cheered any bits, thank you so much. It completely exceeded my expectations and big goals. So thank you guys so much. And if we can keep this up throughout the year, who knows where we'll end up by next year, you know. Ads not working. No. Darn ads. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you have a great day in any recorder while, and I will catch you guys in the next live stream or video. Thank you so much, and goodbye.